are now plugged into Hooked on Science with Bruce and Tony Khan.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 49. We're almost there of Hooked on Sonics. I am one of your two amazing, talented, beautiful co-hosts. I'm Bruce. Over there is the Tone Capone. This week we have some very talented musicians. That's being represented. We've got Michael Angelo Batio, shred master extraordinary, with his greatest hits album, Shred Force One, the Essential MAB. And then we have from Greta Van Fleet, Starcatcher, their latest release earlier this year. Lots of music news. Lots of little tidbits, course, alcohol reviews. No, before we get into all that, Tony, how are you?
Good evening. I am very good this evening, man. Glad to be doing another stellar episode with my pal over there in Tennessee while I sit up here in the Buckeye State. Did not watch the college championship.
Nope.
Didn't care. For me personally, and I'm a fan of the Harbaughs because Coach Harbaugh is my Ravens coach, man. But at the end of the day, there was some shady stuff done, and it doesn't seem like anything was held accountable. I don't know because maybe I didn't read into it, but to me, if there's a possibility they had everybody's plays, no wonder you won. No wonder you won. And I'll never be a Michigan fan. Never have been a Michigan fan. I just I don't know.
Yeah. My only saving grace is once the NCAA finishes up their investigation, I hope they have to vacate that title. That would make my heart feel so good.
I don't know, dude. I don't know, dude. I don't know. And here's the thing. I know a lot of people who are Michigan fans.
Yep. Shout
Fam
out to Javon.
family and all.
Yep.
Okay. Javon's family,
Mm-hmm.
the dude's family. We've known that guy since fucking elementary school.
Oh yeah.
But at the end of the fucking day, man, um, I'm glad you're happy and celebrate, but be aware. What are you going to do? Are you going
Yeah.
to say, "Oh, they took it from us"? Well, dude, you guys knew there was an investigation going on. You knew there
Yep.
was an investigation going on. Come on, come on, dude. If they get found guilty of this, man, it's a false win, man.
Yep.
It's a false win. And then what are you gonna do? Talk shit for the rest of the time? That's like this whole shit with the Brown stuff, man. Dude, I'm not. There's no denying they're the number one defense in the league. There's no denying that, man. And there's no denying those dudes are tough. And they are a bit of a Frankenstein team. And they did get Flacco off the couch to throw fucking 4 games, 300 plus yards. This fucking dude is gonna fucking murder the shit.
Yep.
And then they're letting him rest up. Man, that's the only team I fear in the playoffs, dude. I listen to my buddy Omar, a guy that does our opening
Mm-hmm.
for us. He's a Cowboys fan. He's like, "Oh, my guys are gonna get out." Dude, let me explain you something. You're not the best on the NFC, dude. And no disrespect. I don't think you guys are the best in the NFC. And he's like, "Well, it's playoff season and blah blah blah, and anything can." I said, "I
That's true.
understand. I understand and respect that, man. But he says I'll tell you something to think about." And think about this and remember this when you get off the show. And I'll wrap up this bit of football conversation. Sorry. Um, he says there's a conspiracy that through a number of years, the Super Bowl logo indicates who's going to be in the Super Bowl.
What?
Seriously, if you go back and you look through the Super Bowl logos and the colors of the Super Bowl logo, the colors represent the teams that are eventually going to be in.
I'll have to Google that.
So,
I
so,
love I love a good conspiracy theory.
so listen. He showed me that this year's logo
Mhm.
is purple and red. Well, that would be the
Baltimore.
Ravens
Uh-huh.
and San Francisco.
Again, a rematch.
I'm thinking it's going to be a rematch. I'm thinking it's going to be a rematch. I'm not getting my hopes up. I know that we've played stellar. We've done a great job and we've been disrespected. Oh, you're not going to beat the 49ers. You're not going to beat the Dolphins. We walked in and murdered them. Good night, clowns. We did. Dude, we made an embarrassment of the Dolphins, dude. And
They
San
still in.
Francisco, the Dolphins are in. And San Francisco's in too. But we beat San Francisco pretty bad too. We stomped all over the NFC, dude. And my buddy Omar's like, Dallas, Dallas. I said, Dallas better fucking come a lot more correct than those two dudes did. Because there ain't anybody that we didn't play that we didn't murder. Except, dude, we lost to the Cardinals, man. I don't know if you paid attention to that, but Omar was telling me the Cardinals were the giant killers this year. They were
Wow.
the guys that left losses on everybody's foot on the big guys' records.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. Other than that, man, what have you been listening to this week?
Well, so because of your album that you gave me, it got me listening to all kinds of different stuff, 80s related, 80s and early 90s. So, ended up listening to a couple of my favorite David Lee Roth solo albums, Little Ain't Enough, of course, Jason Becker on guitar and that, and then um, the Skyscraper album with Steve Vai and Billy Sheehan, um, respectfully on there. Also listened to Skid Row's B-side Ourselves. Um, that was actually the first time I've actually listened to that album all the way through, and it's only 5 songs. It's an EP. It's really cool. Rob Halford was on that, sharing vocals with Sebastian. That was pretty cool. Um, Skid Row's Slave to the Grind album. Great album. Great album. And then I actually heard a really cool Marilyn Manson cover of God's Gonna Cut You Down. Fuck. I cranked that bad boy up, dude. I don't know. I don't know when a new album's coming out or anything, or if it's off a new album. But I heard that song, um, made most famous by Johnny Cash. But um, fucking so good, so good. It was killer. That's
Manson's a great artist when he doesn't get in his own way.
yeah,
You know, that
yep.
dude does a lot of stuff that gets in his own way, and I don't understand that, man. You know, I think he's a great musician. I don't know. I've heard he's had some legal troubles as of late and some shit going on, man. But do I discredit him as a great musician? No, but if you're a shitty person, you're a shitty person.
Catches up with you.
It does, man. It really does. I
Yep.
seen, dude, my brother was big into those dudes, man, and he had some home video or something shit, and these guys were hanging out in a fucking hotel, and one of them shit in the floor, and the other one grabbed a fork with their mouth and fucking picked up the fucking dude. It was gross, dude. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is cool to you because this shit is not cool to me, man. Shit was great, and it's on camera
No.
like that. You want to be proud of that? That's gross, dude.
Have you ever seen the fight on stage between Marilyn Manson and John Five?
I did, dude. I did. I thought John was going to wrap that guitar around his head, dude.
He should have. He should have.
Oh,
Manson's a
dude,
prick.
did you ever see when the lead singer of Queensryche, Jeff Tate, spat on like the drummer and shit during the live set and shit, dude? That's why they split up,
No.
dude. That's why they split up. It was bad.
Wow.
Oh yeah. But yeah, man,
What you been listening to?
me, what have I been listening to? Was listening to some Heavy Temple this week.
Mhm.
Definitely checked out your album as of today. I do that right
Mhm.
before usually the day of the show. And what else was I listening to? I think I was listening to some Scorpions, uh, which recently heard that their former drummer has passed away.
Mhm.
Sorry to hear that. Heard, I think one of the members of Magnum passed away. I'll pull that up later, man. It was unfortunate, man. A lot of messed up stuff going on as far as we've lost some heroes. We lost some heroes here recently. So, you know, but what else was I listening to? I think I was listening to some Ohm and whatever Katie had on the radio. Just some top 40 shit at some point.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. Not much. I mean, I know what I'm probably going to be listening to tomorrow.
What's that?
Band practice.
Get it.
Yeah, we got to get a band practice in, man. We tried last week. It didn't pan out. Hopefully, one of our members wasn't feeling too well. Hopefully he's feeling better and we can get a good practice in.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
cool.
Yeah.
We drinking tonight, man?
Well, let me tell you, I am drinking out of this beautiful Beyond Neptune. Check them out, guys. They're on all your streaming services, YouTube, and just check them out. Check our page out on Facebook.
Go pick up music up off Bandcamp, man.
Mm-hmm. Beyond Neptune.
Yeah.
All right. I have Outer Space Vodka.
Nice.
This thing is cool as shit.
I've seen that before.
Yeah. Very smooth. Let's see. It's won a gold medal. I can't tell what it was because I don't have my glasses on. But right now I'm just drinking it straight. It's smooth. Baby steps.
I get it. That's
Yeah.
Vodka's not my thing. Never has been.
I got it from my dad.
Now I think there is a drink that I do drink vodka in,
Mm-hmm.
but I only drink it when I'm on the boat, and that's Bloody Marys.
Yeah.
There's vodka and Bloody Marys.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the only thing I usually have vodka in, man.
The main thing I use vodka or I drink vodka with is ginger ale. It's a drink that John Prine put together called the Handsome Johnny. There's a couple little flourishes on it, but yeah. So
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
What about you, my friend?
I am actually having a pour from one of my bourbon bottles downstairs. This is a Wise Man from Kentucky Owl. Pretty nice. It's got nice legs. What do you rate that vodka you had?
I'm gonna rate this thing a 5.
A solid 5 on vodka
Solid
taste.
5. The presentation is obviously awesome, and it's a pretty smooth vodka.
Interesting. All right. Well, this is Kentucky Owl's Wise Man out of my niece's cup that she had got me that says Uncle Sippy Cup. So I poured this. I said, you know what I'm going to have tonight, man? I said, you know what? I seem to recall that I really like that. The legs on this are absolutely amazing. I don't know if you could see that, man, where it's got the kind of drippings off the side there. That's what they call the legs. This is amazing, smooth whiskey bourbon. I really like this a lot. I don't think a lot of guys rate this pretty high. What I really like on this is there's a little bit of burn. It's very smooth, very silky in the mouth, very almost oily, silky in the mouth. Really nice mouthfeel on this. Very smooth going down, man. I like this one a lot. I can't give it a 5 because I have tasted so many bourbons, man. But I would personally give this thing about a 4, somewhere between a 3.75 and a 4, just because I've tasted so much. But man, this is not bad for what it is, man. And this is, and keep in mind, I judge that on the fact of what I pay for a bottle of bourbon, and for what I would pay for this bottle of bourbon, I could go within that price range, or just under that price range, or just above that price range to find something I'd like a little bit better.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why I would roll with fuck it, man. I'll give it a 4.
There you go. There you
I'll give it
go.
a 4. I like it. I do like it. I'm not gonna say that I don't. And if I run across it and it's something that's, there's not much else on the shelf, I'd snag it back up, man. No disrespect to it whatsoever. It's just not at that price range what I would run to if other things were available.
Yeah.
But by no means a bad pour if you see it.
Very
Flat out.
nice. I will. Good deal.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What's next on our agenda, Tony?
Well, usually we do some news, but I think
Yeah.
one of the things that we forgot to do last week or haven't even discussed is, man, we just passed a whole year. And
Yeah.
we've been together doing this show since November 22nd of 2022. So that was the first episode of Hooked on Sonics, man. And we're getting ready to do our 50th episode. We're also getting ready to close out the second season. We're also going to give you another a big season after season finale type deal show like we did with the Sabbath debate. But one of the things I think we should discuss, Bruce, is what were some of your favorite albums from last year, man?
Thanks for asking, Tony. What I was as I was going through my list here, I was really impressed and kind of shocked at the amount of new music that we actually reviewed last year. So, when I had this vision of, of what this would be, I never thought we would have a lot of new music because I really wasn't into what was coming out. I was like, eh. But, because of this show, I'm able to hear new stuff.
Yeah.
And that was pretty exciting. Pretty exciting.
And new stuff to you,
Yeah.
even though it may not be new. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
I mean, I'll tell you, I need to do a few more deep dives. I really need to get really sit around, really dive on some music.
Yeah.
And I need to find time to do that. But I have many, many intentions, and a lot of the stuff is stuff that you've given me over the episode. So hopefully we've turned you guys onto a few things. But Bruce, come on, man, give me your top 5 from last year.
All right. No particular order. Let's see. Mammoth 2 from Wolfgang Van Halen. I love that album. I still listen to it quite a bit. Dirty Honeys. Can't Find the Brakes. Again, I listen to that album quite a bit still. And now, granted, it only came out in November of last year, but really good. An album that we have not reviewed on the show yet, maybe somewhere down the road, is Tanya Tucker's Sweet Southern Sound. It was a follow-up to essentially her comeback album, While I'm Living. This album, again, just kind of piggybacks off kind of that main theme on that album. It's just great for me. Then Jimmy Buffett's last album that just came out, Equal Strands in All Parts. Phenomenal album, especially if you're a parrot head or even parrot adjacent. And then finally, something that we are going to talk about at length, Rockstar by Dolly Parton. I've been paying attention to this album for a long time, as long as she's announced it, and just keeping track on all the singles and little peaks and everything that came through this past year. So yep, that is my top 5.
Nice.
No,
Nice. Hey, I said that was nice.
very nice.
Damn it, I said it was nice. Come on now.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice list, man. Very nice list.
Thanks.
Mine's a little more biased considering my musical taste. And I'm sure yours is pretty eclectic considering, many different things that you heard this year. So I'm going to give you what I thought was some of the best releases. No particular order once again, except that hands down number 1 for me would be this one. Everything else is in no particular order. Number 1 was Church of Misery's Born Under a Bad Sign. This thing gets constant rotation in my ride. I am a huge Church of Misery fan. I am a huge fan of Sonic Flower. I think anybody that could listen to, either one of those bands could listen to the other. They're just a great band, and they're riff monsters, man. Absolute riff monsters. It's hard not to rock out to some Church of Misery or Sonic Flower. That's who else I was listening to earlier this week was Sonic Flower. Got to go back and listen to that stuff, man. It's just so good. There's so much good stuff there. Um, my next on the list would be Conan, Evidence of Immortality. Heavy, very heavy, very heavy Doom album. Phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. I loved it. Still love it. It gets constant rotation, as with every other Conan release. But once again, I'm not lying. This is pretty biased.
Heavy.
Um, I don't want to say this album was released this year, but it could have been last year or the year before last.
Can't cheat.
What year was it released, man? Now I gotta look the damn thing up
You're supposed to be
because
prepared.
I know I'm never freaking prepared because I got to do all the other work around here, man.
Takes a lot of time to be that beautiful.
Yeah, it does. It sure does, sir. I apologize. I don't mean to not be. All right, let's see. What year? Came out early in February 2022. Sorry.
Wah, wah.
Wah, 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 wah. All right, so I gave you Conan Evidence of Mortality. I gave you um Church of Misery, Born Under a Mad Sign. Um let me see. I think this was released this year. I think this was released this year. Sorry, man. I'm nowhere near ready. I apologize. I'm a damn idiot.
Now listen, folks, full disclosure. So he calls me a couple minutes before we get on the video and stuff. Hey, you got to make sure that you have your top 5. You better get your shit ready. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So I got my shit ready and then crickets over here. What are we doing?
What was the release date, man? Fuck, that was in 2022 too. Damn it. All right. So,
How about a top 3?
no. Because 2 of the albums you gave me and they were recently given to me. That would be the Stones album.
Okay.
Really good, man. Really good. I don't know how that didn't make your top 5.
I like the other ones better.
I get it, man, but it was a really like it was the best thing I've heard from the Stones in a long time.
Yep,
So
absolutely.
I was really happy with that. I would give it up to this album that you gave me for tonight.
Mm-hmm.
The Starcatcher album.
Okay.
It was a really good album, and we'll talk more about that here in a bit. And then I know there's one more, man. I know, I freaking know, and I'm so irritated with myself that what year was this? What year was this? What year was this?
Just make it up.
2019. What in the hell, man? What was released that I know of this year that I heard that was really good? Son of a whisker biscuit. And
Did-
I had them.
I'm pretty sure you gave Dirty Honey. I'm pretty sure you gave them a 10 or pretty damn close.
I'll go ahead and give it to them. But if I've got anything else to say, I got anything else to say on another album and it comes to mind, I'll definitely do that. I'm a little
Okay.
irritated because I had my 5 picked out and I knew exactly what they were, but ooh, that irritates me. I could have sworn that Matt Pike album came out this past year. Anyways, fuck it.
We're doing it live.
We're doing it live, guys, and there you have it. There you have it. Sorry.
All right.
Hey, sorry we're not as formal and wonderful as everybody else is out there. You know,
That's right.
what you get from us is real and it's raw. Sorry for any
Yeah.
inconveniences or delays.
Yeah, you paid good money for this.
Yeah. And we're making millions.
That's right. That's just for your beard oil.
No shit.
Do you want me to go over a few pretty cool birthdays?
Let's hear it, man. What do you got?
All
What do you got?
right.
What do you got for some news?
All right, let's see here. Jimmy Page, happy birthday today. We are recording on December the 9th. So Jimmy Page, happy birthday, 1944. Folk legend, Joan Baez. Do you know who that is? Okay. She was born in 1941.
Did she do Because of the Night?
Or I think so. The biggest thing I know of her, and I'm not a huge Joan Baez fan, was her cover of "Blowing in the Wind" by Bob Dylan. So,
Okay.
my cousin Crystal Gale, born today in 1951. Don't it make my brown eyes blue?
And she's your cousin.
Mm-hmm.
How's that?
Her and Loretta Lynn are sisters. Loretta Lynn is a cousin of mine on my mom's side.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Happy birthday to Dave Matthews, the South African juggernaut that he is, born 1967. And in honor of last week's episode, happy birthday, MF Doom, who was born in 1971 today. Monumental release.
Rest in power, Doom.
That's right.
Dude, you have no idea.
40-year anniversary of... Huh?
You have no idea how that breaks my heart that he's no longer with us.
Yeah. Way too young. Way too young. And today is the release of this powerhouse album that definitely shaped music when it came out, and that is Van Halen's 1984.
Heavy album. Wonderful album. Great, great album. Great number of hits. Favorite song on the album?
Real quick, off the top of my head, Hot for Teacher, but I love Hot for Teacher. But
I'll wait.
God, you can't go wrong.
Unchained.
No, Unchained is on.
It's not on 1984?
No,
Then it's I'll Wait.
Okay. I'll Wait's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Drop Dead Legs. Drop Dead Legs doesn't get enough fucking love.
Van Halen fans know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that album.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No disagreements there, man.
No. What do you got, my friend? You got anything on your side?
Well, taking a look at our friends over here at Blabbermouth, I think we saw some shows coming up. Magnum's Tony Clarkin dead at 77. That was what we talked about earlier. Sorry to hear that. We talked about James Kodak passing away, or Kodak passing away. Clutch announces a April-May 2024 New World Samurai Tour. Pantera and Lamb of God announce additional support acts for 2024 for February 24 North American tour. Let's see. Asking Alexandria announces All My Friends tour for April, May, US. Jason Bieler and Phil Varone to celebrate 30th anniversary of Saigon Kick's Water album on 2024 tour. Now, I am a bit of a Saigon Kick fan. I always thought that they were guys that were, pretty good, man. Dokken announces the 2024 dates, and Saxon and Uriah Heep announced spring and 2024 Hellfire and Chaos US tour. That sounds like it'd be a good one. Vicious Rumors announces a tour with Raven in the North America area. And Striper announces another tour to Hell with the Amps, the Unplugged tour. So if you're a Striper fan, be sure to catch that. Pearl Jam is among the headliners of Bottle Rock, and Stephen Pearcy to perform entire Out of the Cellar album on the Back in the Cellar 2024 tour. Ace Frehley announces a 2024 dates as well. So we've got a bunch of stuff coming up, guys. Got a lot of shows coming out. Lita Ford announces the tours for 2024. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on out there, guys.
Yeah.
So if you want to go see live music, it's happening. Thank you guys from over there at Blabbermouth. Have a great one, man. You got anything else?
Just real quick, I did see that Voivod is coming to Knoxville here in March.
You should go to that.
I'm thinking about it.
Have you ever? Are you a fan of Voivod at all?
I know of them, but I know that they're a pretty influential band.
They very much so are. So I would give you a few albums to check out, and I think they would be very cool for you to check out, just because it kind of spans a lot of their talent and some of their music over the years. I would start with the album that broke in high school that turned me on to them. It was Voivod. I was thinking Flotsam and Jetsam. Anyways, back when we were in high school, the Voivod album Nothing Face. Check that one out. Great album. They also did an album or two with Jason Newsted on bass.
Yep.
And you should check that out. I know that stuff was really good as well. I never really stuck with them over the years. Not that I don't like them. It's just there's so much to take in, dude. It's like with Dream Theater. You know, I could have stuck with those guys over the years, but there's just so much music to take in.
Yep.
So yeah. And then we heard that Dave, Mike Portnoy's back with Dream Theater, so that's another piece of news. And I guess that would wrap up the news.
There you go. Beautiful. Yeah, so I believe you are up this week. Because I pitched a fit. Are you sure? I'll go.
I'll go.
Oh, good. Go. Hurry up. Did you actually listen to the album?
Of course I did.
Okay.
And I've got ratings beside each song. Want to see? Want to see? Want to see? There it is, boy. Yeah. There it is.
What?
All right.
All right.
All right. With that being said, this week I had the newest release from Greta Van Fleet, Starcatcher. This is an album with 10 tracks on it. And one thing I'd like to preface before we go on about the rating on this album. Listen, we all know these guys have some great similarities to Led Zeppelin. We really, really do. Okay. It's hard not to deny these Kiska brothers who have put together this wonderful bit of music, and their drummer's phenomenal as well. All right. There is no doubt these guys have captured lightning in a bottle somehow, and it does sound similar to other lightning. With that being said, I think this album, actually getting the chance to listen to a whole album from them, and I understand that this is their third release. This album really showcases that, while there does seem to be a lot of Zeppelin influence, there really is. These guys are a really good rock band. You know what I mean? And in all honesty, I often feel like, you and I talked about Jimmy Page and sloppy solos and stuff last week or the week before. Yep. I think this guy's a little tighter. You know what I mean? I think this guy's, this guy on guitar is just, he knows what he's doing, man. He's really getting it down and really laying it down, and it sounds clean and it sounds really, really nice. And it sounds like it's really played with feel, and, maybe there's some imitation there and I don't know. That's all speculation to me. I like to take things for what it's worth. And at the end of the day, even if there are similarities to Zeppelin, okay, they still have to play the music.
Mm-hmm.
They still have to write the song.
Yeah, there's no covers on this song,
So they're
on this
still
album.
they're still putting in work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It ain't no different than the many guys that go out there and doom and sound somewhat similar because they tune to C and they're playing somewhat in the same riffs in the same areas. Okay. No disrespect to Doom. I love Doom. And that's why I play Doom, because I'm not, you know, I don't I don't feel like I fit any other genre, and it took me a long time to find that, and that's why I love it. Um, and everybody in Doom imitates what that Sabbath sound. You know what I mean? That's
Mm-hmm.
what they really shoot for is those first four Sabbath album sounds. And I don't think we need to really dismiss these guys as, oh, look, it's just a Led Zeppelin cover band. No, no, these guys got a lot more going on than that. And I just wanted to say that. I wanted to preface that out. So we started off with the Fate of the Faithful. I gave this track an A. Great opener, solid for knowing what you were getting yourself into. Track 2, Waited All Your Life. This ended up becoming a B to me, and it was because of this Zeppelin similarities that it just is like, this could be a throwaway Zeppelin track. And I don't even like to say that, but this is just not wasn't a standout on the album for me. It was
Okay.
good, but it wasn't great. The Falling Sky, track 3, once again another B. um Sacred the Threat, the opening was very what did I put there? There was something about the opening that was pretty good. Okay. And I still ended up giving it a B because it was just like, okay, all right. Then we got to Runway Blues. This is a very short song, and I didn't really feel like it offered me a lot. So I gave it a C.
Mm.
Um, then we get into some shining moments on this album. The Indigo Streak. The riff and the solo on this track, man,
Yeah.
absolutely amazing. And this would do the same thing on Frozen Light. Everything's great. This kid's vocals are, and I don't want to say kid, I don't mean no disrespect, but this gentleman's vocals are absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. The guitar riffs, the solos, some of this drum work. I mean, and everything's so clutch. Once again, you've heard me say all the players are there. All the players are
Mm-hmm.
definitely there. Um, then we get to The Archer. The riff and the drums were really, really awesome on this, but yet I still find myself giving this thing a B. And I'm like, okay. Then we pick back up, Meeting the Master. Very Zeppelin-y, but more of the Zeppelin style that I crave.
Mm-hmm.
And I end up giving that an A. And then the way they close the album with such a wonderful song, such as Farewell for Now, this was probably one of my favorite tracks on the album. I actually ended up giving it an A plus. Great closer, really, really man, I don't know, man. It was just a really solid thing. And we got vocals, we got riffs, we got drums. Stop looking for the Led Zeppelin thing on these guys. We know it exists. We know there's some similarities, but I honestly feel like there's a lot more to these guys. And while this album is not going to rate the highest for me, because as I look through this, I gave 5 tracks out of 5 or 5 tracks out of 10 A's. Everything else got a B or a C. This is not going to be something I'm just going to go out and grab and listen to.
Yeah.
And it's not because I'm not a Led Zeppelin fan or I'm not a fan of these guys. While this is a very good album, I understand that they stripped away some things and they also did some layering and there was some real things done into this music. And I respect everything that they did on this album. And I respect where they took the music and how it went. But I will tell you something, man. Um, they're good. They're really, really, really good guys. Um, I'm wondering what the other 2 albums sound like, so I'll definitely be checking them out. Um, and even for what I'm going to rate this album, it's probably, I am definitely going to go check those other 2 albums out. Uh, but however, with what's good on here is really good. What's okay on here is just, it's okay. I can only give this album a 7.5. With
I get that.
with 5 great songs on it and 5, you know. Can I let this spin? Yeah, but it just it's not a perfect album to me.
No.
And it's not close to a perfect album for me. Do I think this album has the potential to have a few more tracks grow on me? Yes, I do. But I'm thinking this is their third album. They're getting to have probably a little more freedom in the, or more influence done from the studios pushing in on what they originally created.
Yeah.
And I think that I really want to hear the other 2 albums. So, I can't get close to an 8 on this because there's half the tracks are just, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, and it's no
No.
disrespect to the tracks. There's other things I could listen to, man. And, if given the debate of Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath, I'm going to take Sabbath every time, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there it is. 7.5, man.
7.5. You know what? I
Thank you
think
for
that's
a good album. Thank
you're
you for a good
welcome.
album.
You're welcome. I think that's I think that's a very fair rating. This is not my favorite Greta Van Fleet album. The first 2 albums, well, there's an EP and then the first album. The EP and the first album are absolute fucking fire.
Yeah.
This album, and I've listened to this album quite a bit since it came out in July. This thing was nominated for a Grammy for Best Rock Album. Um, it just falls short. It falls short on a lot of different songs, especially compared to the other stuff in their catalog.
Yeah.
I'll kind of break away from you right off the rip. I thought Fate of the Faithful was a very bad opener.
Really?
Yeah.
I think for what you're getting yourself involved in, it was an okay
Yeah.
opener. You know what I mean?
Yeah, again, the other albums, they start off with absolute bangers.
Really?
And this one is like, oh, what is this? It just sounded disjointed to me. Waited All Your Life, I gave that a B. Oh, sorry. Fate of the Faithful, I gave an actual C. Waited All Your Life, I gave that a B. The Falling Sky, fantastic riff on that thing. I gave it an A. Sacred the Thread was a B. Here again, I broke away from you a little bit. Runaway Blues or Runway Blues. I love that fucking riff in it. I'm just pissed off that it wasn't longer.
That's why I gave it a C.
Yeah, see that
I mean,
still gave it.
There's no doubt this album's loaded with riffs.
Yeah.
But when you compose the song and the whole song goes together,
Yep.
I'm rating the song on how, am I going to listen to this thing again? Do I want to listen to this song again?
Mhm.
Does this song really get me going and going, man, that's a great song. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. Indigo Streak, I gave that an A. Frozen Light, I did not like at all. I gave it a D. I didn't like it.
Love the riff on
Archer,
that.
yeah, Archer was a C for me. But Meeting the Master and Farewell for Now, absolute A's all day long.
Yeah.
Beautiful songs. Beautiful songs. So yeah, I mean, I'm glad I've really digested this album. I will definitely listen to anything else that they put out. This one just kind of fell short for me. So yeah, I'm right with you. 7.5, 7.5.
Yeah.
For me. Yep.
They're a good band, man. They're a good band.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and I don't think they sound like Zeppelin, but they're different, man. And they write their own shit.
Yeah.
And they put a lot of work into what their craft. So
yeah, and if you
I
know
give it to
if
them.
you know anything about playing music,
Yeah.
these guys are skilled. These guys
Mhm.
and to put together the music that they're putting together,
Yeah.
that's good shit, man. Real
Yep.
good shit. And I look forward to listening to the other two albums, man.
Yeah.
If I can find the EP, I'll listen to that as well, man.
Yep.
Because I'll do a deep dive on these guys. They've been on my radar. I've heard a few things. I appreciate the fact that I got to listen to an album. I just kind of wonder what that first album sounds like in comparison. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because this is their third album. So
Yep. I'll send
yeah.
it to you. All right. Well, you gave me Michael Angelo Batio's greatest hits album, Shred Force 1. This thing was released April 14th of 2015. Um, Michael had 14 albums, and this is number 12 of the 14. So this is a very comprehensive overview of his career. Um, a lot of special guests on this album, which was kind of interesting to see. So Bobby Rock, Mark Tremonti, George Lynch, and Rudy Sarzo all played on this. Lots of other people, but those are the ones that really stuck out for me as far as special guests. Few covers on this album that I was not expecting. There was a Deep Purple cover, Burn, a Rush cover, What You're Doing, a little compilation, Eric Clapton compilation, a little jam session there, and a tribute to Dimebag Darrell featuring some Pantera stuff. Also, a Randy Rhoads tribute, smash up right here. So, all in all, I think obviously this man is super talented. He is one of the fastest shredding guitar players I think I've ever heard. My problem with some of these songs is he's shredding just to shred. Like the notes, he's just putting notes in there because he has to. It doesn't need it. The songs don't need all that extra. It's really, really talented. It's really creative. So, Hands Without Shadows. That was one of his originals. I actually gave that one a C. I don't think I would. Yep. Look,
Oh.
there is no bad guitar work on this album. No bad guitar work at all. It's just, I would have actually started off with Juggernaut. Juggernaut is an absolute killer fucking track, and that comes in at the third song on that album. Juggernaut's just absolutely just a monster. The Deep Purple cover, Burn, gave that an A as well. I just love whoever the vocalist was on that, does a great job. And obviously his guitar work. I actually went back and listened to the Deep Purple version of it, and him and Richie Blackmore, symbiotic. I mean, it's just beautiful.
Yeah.
A beautiful cover. See What You're Doing, that Rush cover, really good. I gave that an A as well. Again, for my personal taste, a little bit of overplaying on some of this shit, but that's his style. So I can't knock him too much for it because that's who he is.
Right.
Yep. 8 Pillars of Steel. I gave that a B.
Oh, it's such a good track, man.
Yep. Call to Arms. That song actually reminded me of Lillian Axe, some old Lillian Axe stuff. I gave it a B. 2X again, I gave a C. That's one of those throwaways for me. Didn't really care for it. The Slow Hand, tribute to Eric Clapton, I gave that an A. That was pretty cool.
Hey, dude.
I will give it a slight dig. I wish he would have stuck with all Slow Hand stuff, all songs on Slow Hand, instead of busting out some Cream. Yeah. But that's just me being nitpicky.
But the
And
cream shit was dope, dude. I
it
don't want to
was
hear it,
good.
dude. It was
It
fucking
was
good,
good.
dude.
It was really good.
What'd you give that? What'd you give that?
I gave that an A. I
Yeah.
gave it an A, even though they strayed off a little bit, but you know,
Yeah.
that's what. Diamond, the tribute to Dimebag, that was, I was really surprised to hear that. And actually, after I got done listening to that song, it made me look up that cover that Vinny and Dime did of Ace Frehley's Fractured Mirror, and I sent that to you
Yeah, I
because
saw it.
it reminded me of that. I'm like, man.
Yeah.
And again, Dime's playing and um, his playing very similar.
Dude, let's talk about how he nails tone. Let's talk
Yes.
about he like even though he's playing it in his own style,
Yeah.
he's still showing you influence of that guitar player. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Even though it's in his style, he's still playing like if this person had my hands, this would be the solo I think they'd play. And that's
Yeah.
kind of how I interpreted that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
dude, like and that's why it kind of bums me that you dig on the Hands Without Shadows because that was his nickname,
Hmm.
Hands Without Shadows.
I think that was off his first album.
Yeah,
So.
because he played so fast. Like, you know,
Hmm.
have you ever seen any of it? Did you ever look up any of this dude's shit, dude? Just do me a favor.
No.
When you get the chance, look up Angelo Batio. Look up. I can't fucking remember that. Just look it up. You'll
Yeah.
see him do some shit you've never seen a guitar player ever do, dude. You're
Yeah.
like, what in the fuck is this motherfucker doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
What else is on that album?
Let's see. Rainforest is next after Diamond. I gave that a D. That was brutal.
It was a skip up for me.
Yep. Gotta Run though. That ended up being a B for me.
I can't stand you. That's my absolute favorite track on the album.
Really?
Real dude, listen, that song is just one of those songs that gets stuck in your head.
Mm,
One more time around. Dude, it's just a great song.
yeah.
Don't say gotta run. Da-da-da, gotta run. Dude, it just tell me that ain't a good dad. How could you give
It's
that
a
a
really good
B?
song.
It is a good song.
Considering I gave the song before that a D, I brought that back up to a B.
Hey man,
That's good.
that track is one of my favorite tracks on the whole
Mm.
fucking album, dude.
I gave No Boundaries a C. And then I gave RRR, the tribute to Randy Rhoads. I gave that an A. I gave that an A. It was almost a B for me, just because.
The song selection seemed very on the nose.
Yeah,
Very, very on the nose.
but it was cool to see, or to hear Rudy Sarzo play bass on that. That was cool.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. So I think my favorite track on this album is probably Juggernaut, Burn #2, and probably that Diamond tribute to Dimebag Darrell's #3. Top
Yeah.
three on this. There was a couple digital edition bonus tracks. I Pray the Lord and Peace. I Pray the Lord. I'll give it a B. Peace. It's too much. It's just. Ugh. It was a throwaway track for me. I'd give it a C. Um, all in all, not a bad album. And it shouldn't be since it's a greatest hits album.
Yeah.
Or an essential collections album. I can understand why he wasn't really he's not really considered among the greats, like mainstream greats, just because of his style. But man, he's super talented. But it's got to be your thing to fully enjoy it.
Yeah.
Um,
I've been listening to Batio since he was in Nitro, dude. And if you ain't ever going to go back and listen to some of the Nitro shit, it's a riot, dude.
Yeah.
If you think about the 80s time frame and you just took a band that was so over the fucking top,
Yeah.
That'd be fucking nitro, man.
Yeah. Um, and he's also there's another band he's currently into. I can't remember off the top of my head. I apologize.
He is a now an official member of Man of War.
Man of War.
Yeah,
That
he
was
is
what
an
it was.
official member of Man of War. Yeah.
Yep.
So
Um,
he's out there wearing the armor and shit now.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Ultimately, I'm gonna give this album I'll go a 7.5.
Yeah.
Um, I'm probably not gonna I'm not gonna reach out to listen to more like actual full albums of his. I think this is a good representation of what he has to offer, and I'm good with this.
Yeah.
Like, I would probably listen to this again if I'm in the mood for it.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to go to this all the time. But I respect the hell out of his abilities, um, and his songwriting and everything. I respect the hell out of it. It's just you got to be in the mood for it.
Well, I'll tell you, man, if you do get the chance, go look up some videos on it. And I think the
Yeah.
name of that video is No Boundaries, the No
Mhm.
Boundaries video. If you can make it through the sit down of watching him play, there are things that this guy does. Like I've seen live footage of him have a four-way guitar. Two
Yeah,
next
that
year,
the duo or the quattro or something like
yeah,
that. Yeah.
two next year.
Yep.
Everybody thought Steve Vai started that double guitar shit. No, it was fucking Batio that started that fucking shit.
Yeah, he
Because
created it.
yeah, because this dude sat here and he could play something over here and then play something different over here
Yeah.
to where it was cohesive and he could move up and down and fucking. But then this motherfucker does it on the four shit up this way, up this way, this way, this way. It's fucking. He's like the fucking Spider-Man of fucking guitar playing, dude. There's
Yeah.
fucking cats all over the fucking place. I love him. I respect him. There's some really cool stuff. Like if you go back and listen to the Nitro albums, I think there was only a couple. There was supposed to be a new Nitro thing where they were going to use Chris Adler on drums. Fucking Victor Wooten was going to be on bass.
Mm. Mm.
Dude, and it was going to be a very heavy metal album. And there's one track out there that they put together and they did a fucking what was it? A Kickstarter. And it just, I don't know if it took off. I don't know. I think Michael had something going on at the time. I think fucking Jim Gillette had something going on at the time. And those dudes are pretty much Nitro. That's what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
No disrespect to the other guys that were there before, but what if they're going to resurrect it, that's going to be the reason it gets resurrected. So with that being said, they were just they were really over the top, man, but they did have a couple good songs that I go back and listen to. And if you ever listen to Machine Gun Eddie, uh there's a scream on there, dude, that I think is like a minute and 23 seconds.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
It's freaking nuts, dude. Like,
Yeah.
and it's just like, ah, it just goes on and on and on. And it was it was something else. those
Hell
dudes
yeah.
those dudes are pretty over the top. But
Yeah.
anyways, nah, 7.5, man, I get it. And me personally, I don't listen to every track on the album. Once again, it'd be like this other album. I would agree with that 7.5 rating. And you got to be in the mood for it.
Yeah.
You got to be in the mood to sit down and listen to guitar tracks. Not everybody wants to sit down and listen to Surfing with the Alien or Steve Vai's Passion and Warfare or something like that.
Right.
Not everybody wants to hear just guitar over and over. You have to be somebody that's really interested in that style of music, and obviously be in the mood for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Cool.
Awesome.
Oh, next week.
Yeah, man. So next week, everyone, both of us are going to do a deep dive on Dolly's latest Rockstar. 30 tracks on this bad boy. 30 tracks. And we'll go through each one of them, talk about them, our loves, our hates, our likes, dislikes. And we're gonna give this album the proper attention it deserves.
Yep. Just as we did the new Metallica album,
Yep.
you know, any major release from any of the big guns, we will do our best to provide a proper thorough rating on that album.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Yep, lot to digest here. Looking forward to it.
Cool. You know, we did do some legendary reviews, man.
Yeah, man.
That Stones review is a legendary band.
That is.
You know,
They are.
This Dolly Parton was legendary. Metallica legendary. We've done some legendary Metallica or Megadeth reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, their last album. Yep.
So let me ask you something. Have I ever given you an album to review by the well?
No.
Okay. Because I've taken you off the doom path for a little bit. Now it's time to start saturating you again.
Mm.
So that's what's in store for you.
It gets the hose again.
You're gonna get the well. You're gonna get the well.
You're gonna drown me in this
You're
well.
gonna get Conan. Shit. I'm really debating on whether or not to give you a sleep album. Did I give you a sleep album yet?
No.
Fuck you. That's your next album.
Maybe.
You
got a week to think about it.
Oh no. You're gonna get Sleep's Holy Mountain. Because you sit here and talk about, covering like certain tunes, and they do a cover of Sabbath Snowblind on that album. And they close the album out with it. It is probably the best Sabbath cover I've ever heard.
Interesting.
Ever.
Well, we shall see.
Ever. Ever. All right, folks. If you like what you see here, just please remember, like, comment, subscribe below. Hit that bell for notifications on when we pop up in your feed on things. We usually get posted up sometime around midnight of Tuesday evening into Wednesday morning. You can catch us on Spotify. You can catch us on all of your streaming services, iPod, podcasts, or Apple. Shit, dude, I can't
All
remember
that
anymore.
Apple stuff.
All that
these
stuff.
Twitchers,
Google,
all this jazz. Yeah.
Yeah, you can find us just about anywhere, man. I don't think we have a Twitter set up. Do we have a Twitter set up?
We do not.
Yeah, I don't think we utilize Twitter. Or
We
is
do
it,
not.
or they call it X now, right?
Yes, we don't have an X either.
We don't have an X.
We don't have an Instagram.
Well, now we have X's, and I don't know if they live in Texas, but
Texas is the place I really
love
to be. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us. Thanks for staying on this ride with us. And Tony, look forward to seeing you next week, my friend.
Yes, we will see each other next Tuesday to review the Dolly Parton Rockstar album. And Bruce, thank you for everything this evening. Had a wonderful time. Once again, folks, drink what you love, spend time with those you love, and listen to what you love. Bruce, till next week, I'm Tone. That's Bruce. We're hooked on Sonics. See ya.
See ya.